Welcome to Math TV with Professor V. I got a new integral of the day for everybody. It's a definite integral, from 1 to rad 3 of tan inverse of 1 over x dx. Now, typically, anytime you're trying to integrate some inverse trig function, you use integration by parts and you let the trig function be u, and then dv is just plain old dx. Now, in this case, we have something a little more spicy going on because there's this 1 over x situation, but it's actually going to work out just fine, all right? So let's hop to it, see if what normally works in this case, and it will. Okay, so I'm going to let u be tan inverse of 1 over x, and then dv will be dx. So the next step is I need to find du. Remember, derivative of tan inverse of something is 1 over 1 plus the something squared, and then we have to use the chain rule. So I have to multiply by the derivative of the something, in this case 1 over x. What's the derivative of 1 over x? Well, if you forgot, remember 1 over x is x to the negative first. So if I take the derivative of x to the negative first, it's going to be negative x to the negative second, which is the same as negative 1 over x squared, right? Right. Don't forget your dx. Okay, let's clean this up a wee bit more. So this is going to be 1 over 1 plus 1 over x squared, and this is getting multiplied by negative 1 over x squared dx. Now watch, I can take this x squared and distribute it to both terms in the denominator, and that will clean up the improper fraction that I have going on. And so we can just finally write du equals negative 1 in the numerator over x squared plus 1 dx, right? Good. All of that just to find du, but don't worry, it's going to be worth it. And then if dv is dx, that means v is just x. Okay, looks good. So now we're ready to rewrite our integral using integration by parts. Remember, it's going to equal u times v minus the integral of v du. So I'll do that in a different color. So we have u times v. Where is it? Here's u times v. That does not get integrated. I just have to evaluate it from 1 to rad 3, okay? So we have x tan inverse of 1 over x, and then make sure you indicate this has to get evaluated from 1 to rad 3, minus the integral also from 1 to rad 3 of v times du. So that would be v times du, the integral of that. Notice I already have a minus sign here, so that's going to make this positive. And then if I multiply them, I'm going to be left with x over x squared plus 1 dx. All right, looks good, huh? I'm happy. So let's look at this integral. How would we tackle it? I'm noticing the degree of the denominator is 1 higher than the degree of the numerator, so this is screaming for a little u substitution. I would just let the denominator be, in this case, I already used up the variable u when I did integration by parts, so let's call it t, okay? So let's let t equal x squared plus 1. Then dt would be 2x dx, so 1/2 dt is x dx. And see, I have that right here. And then normally I would switch my limits of integration, but in this particular case, I don't want to, because you see, I'm going to have to evaluate this first term in terms of x from 1 to rad 3. So let me just leave them, and I'll go back to x's with this integral. So let me show you, if you don't want to change your limits, how you can kind of work around that. So always rewrite the whole problem. Don't get lazy and stop writing part of it, because most of the time students end up forgetting that there was something else going on. Okay. Then watch this. I'm going to have plus 1/2 integral. I'm not switching my limits, so I'm just going to say these are x limits. They're not matching the variable of the integral. And then I have 1 over t dt. Do you see how I did that? Okay. It would be wrong if I didn't put x equals in front, because when you have limits of integration, it's assumed they match the variable of the integral, unless indicated otherwise, like I'm doing. All right, so then from here, let's see, we've got x tan inverse 1 over x plus 1/2. Now, do we know antiderivative of 1 over t? Why, yes, it's natural log absolute value of t. I'm just ready to go back to x's though. T is x squared plus 1, okay? Absolute value x squared plus 1. And then now I can say, ooh, all of this is evaluated from 1 to rad 3 so nicely. See? So in this case, it was nice not to switch the limits of integration. Now let's plug everything in. If you forgot some trig or you forgot log properties, this might be a little challenging, but it's okay. Let's work through it. So first, I'm substituting rad 3 in for all my x's. That's going to be rad 3 tan inverse 1 over rad 3 plus 1/2 ln rad 3 squared. That's just going to be 3 plus 1. I don't need absolute value. It's not negative anymore. It never was, actually. Now let's plug in 1. 1 times tan inverse of 1 over 1 plus 1/2 ln absolute value of 2, which is just 2. Okay, fabulous. Now let's see. Rad 3, do you know what tan inverse of 1 over rad 3 is? I just think to myself, what angle has a tangent of 1 over rad 3? That means sine was 1/2, cosine was rad 3 over 2. That happens at pi over 6. Plus, this is 1/2 ln of 4 minus tan inverse of 1 is pi over 4 minus 1/2 ln of 2. Okay. 1/2 ln of 4, that's ln of 4 raised to the 1/2, which is ln of 2. And now I can write this as, let's see, rad 3 pi over 6 plus ln of 2 minus pi over 4 minus 1/2 ln of 2. And then observe, please, that these two logarithms can be combined because I have 1 ln of 2 and negative 1/2 ln of 2. So just combine the coefficients. Then I have positive 1/2 ln of 2 plus rad 3 pi over 6 minus pi over 4. I wouldn't really mess with this anymore. If I move the 1/2 to the exponent, then you have ln of rad 2. I don't know, that doesn't look any better to me. I would just leave it as is. We can't combine these because we have an irrational coefficient on pi here, so I wouldn't bother getting a common denominator. I would just say we're done. I know. It's not the cutest little answer, but it is an answer, and more importantly, it's correct. So I hope you enjoyed the integral of the day. My Calc 2 class is just starting to work on integration by parts, so I'll send this video to them. Maybe it will be helpful. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell me what your favorite part of this problem was down below. I love reading your comments. What's everyone doing this weekend? I'm working. I'm writing exams, so let's see how it all goes. All right, take care, you guys, and you can also catch me on Instagram, TikTok, Math TV with Professor V. I'll be back soon. Bye.